Hello and welcome to the first in a series of videos about the upcoming narrative team tournament, Holy Havoc in Illinois on November 3rd to 5th. Some of you might know that I went to Holy Havoc last year and it was a really great event. Honestly, like the quality of the tables and the scenarios and the group of hobbyists that attend this tournament are just amazing. And so I was really thrilled to be able to come back. I was not planning on attending this year, and I checked in a few months ago, and the wait list was very long. But as fate will have it, there happened to be an open slot eventually, and with a little bit of peer pressure from other people in the community, I decided to jump on board and sign up. So last year I went with Mrs. Hooves as my team partner, but she won't be attending this year, and so I was basically assigned onto another person's team because his partner also quit. And we've been in email communication, and he seems like a really nice guy, so I think it will all work out. And we've been trying to build an army list together that kind of works well. Mrs. Hooves still might come to the tournament. I'm trying to convince her, but it might help with the longer commute from North Dakota than it is, or than it was from Colorado. But we'll see. So I am going to bring Khorne Demons to this tournament, and I went through so many army lists, and it's hard to kind of come up with an army list at the point value that we're playing that I kind of like. And I almost went with Beastmen or Bray Herds, but I figured Khorne Demons would be a bit easier to paint, a little bit less models, and in general, I think it would be a fun and a rewarding army that I can use both in AoS and potentially 40k as well. So I already bought some Khorne Demons earlier this year, and so my plan was to make it kind of a cheaper option to choose that army, but it didn't quite pan out that way. Tabletop Banter gave me a Start Collecting box at the beginning of this year as part of a like a competition, I guess. But I basically won that box from him, and so I had that already put aside, and I bought a Bloodthirster and Scarbrand and a few other things at the end of last year. Don't have the points for Scarbrand, but I'll definitely make use of the Bloodthirster. And so I ended up with just a veritable mountain of hobby that I need to do very quickly, much like last year. And that's, whatever. That's what tournaments are kind of good for. So I bought 2 more Start Collecting boxes and a box of Bloodletters. And I bought a whole bunch of the Age of Sigmar bases as well, which I'll talk about in a future video. I've talked about using or not using these types of bases throughout the year, really, and I think I finally decided I'm just going to go for it. I think I'd kind of regret not going with my idea eventually. But as part of the tournament, I do need to make a display board. I did not bring one last year, and that was not a good move on my part. I lost out some significant points because of that. And like last year, I'll also have to make a Warlord model. So there's quite a bit going on there. I've already started a hobby already. I've put together most of the Bloodletters and the Bloodthirster, and I plan to do a few more parts like that in the coming week. But this month is a particular kind of busy month. I'll be going away next week to Ohio for a rather important interview, and we'll see. I'm really hopeful about the prospects, but it's something I need to prepare for. I need to create a presentation and all sorts of stuff. So there's a lot going on there this week that I need to prepare for. And so I'm going to try to do as much as I can between or before I leave. But most of the hobby and most of the painting is going to have to be like when I get back, and that will give me like 2 weeks to get everything finished. So that's going to be a fairly hobby intensive period. And I should be able to get some videos out in the next couple of weeks about the tournament rules and the teams and the army list, and my efforts to make a display board and some of my plans like that, and the scenarios if they are released, and then basically a final kind of hobby reflection on the tournament itself. But I'm really looking forward to this, and driving down should be fun, and to really kind of the hotel where the hobby is placed is actually a fairly nice hotel, and so I'm looking forward just in general to chilling out, and hopefully I'll have good news from Ohio, but we'll see. Anyway, stay tuned for those videos and have a good one.